Good morning. Welcome to the November 25th, 2020 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting. If any member of the audience wishes to speak to the one item we have on this agenda, please fill out a speaker request form to the left of the dais and hand it to the staff seated at the left there. At this time, we would also like to ask if the audience has a cell phone to please turn it off or turn the ringer to silent. If you need to take a call, please step out to the hallway so the meeting is not disrupted. Public hearing on item number 1, the approval of the September 24th, 2020 Zoning Board of Adjustment minutes is hereby opened. All right, Rachel made the motion to approve those minutes, and Vince seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I think that's our only Zoning Board of Adjustment item for today. So with no further business on Zoning Board of Adjustment, we will adjourn that meeting and move to open the City of Rapid City Planning Commission meeting for November 25th, 2020. Again, if any member of the audience wishes to speak to any of the items on this agenda, please fill out a speaker request form and hand it to the staff over on the left side of the room. And again, if you forgot, please turn your cell phone to silent or turn the ringer off. Take a call out in the hallway if you need to. On the consent calendar today, items 1 through 8 have been placed on the consent calendar and may be approved as a group. Action will be taken on all consent items in accordance with staff's recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by any planning commissioner, staff member, or audience member for separate consideration at this time. The findings of this planning commission are recommendations to the city council. The city council will make the final decision with the exception of the following items. Item number 7, 20UR023. The Rapid City Planning Commission's action on this item is final unless any party appeals that decision to the Rapid City Council. All appeals must be submitted in writing to the Department of Community Development by close of business on the 7th full calendar day following action by the Planning Commission. Are there any items 1 through 8 that staff would like removed for separate consideration?
No, thank you.
And are there any items 1 through 8 that any audience member would like removed for separate consideration? Any items 1 through 8 that any planning commissioner would like removed?
7.
7, all right. Any other items from the planning commission? The chair would then entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar, items 1 through 8, in accordance with staff's recommendation with the exception of item number 7.
Second.
All right, Rachel made the motion to approve items 1 through 6 and number 8 in accordance with staff's recommendation, and Karen seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a question for staff. I'm not opposed to the park at all. I have a question about the future of the park. Is this park something that's going to be owned by the city eventually for maintenance and those kinds of things? Or is this something that the homeowners are going to take care of? Mostly concerned about like the equipment that's there and maybe the mowing and those kinds of things, just the cost going forward. That's my question.
Mr. Chair.
Vicki?
So Marty did route this to Jeff Bigler, our Parks and Rec Director, and as noted in the findings section of the project report, Jeff indicated that the equipment does meet city safety standards, and at this time the association is not asking for the city to take over ownership and maintenance, but if they should in the future, it's one that Jeff could consider because it was designed to meet city minimum design standards.
Okay,
So-
is there a homeowners association or something that's going to do this? Okay.
High Point Ranch has a homeowners association.
That's what I just didn't know, and I just was curious.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Karen made the motion to approve item number 7 with the staff recommendations. And Mike Gallagher seconded that motion. Any further discussion on item number 7? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Item number 9.
Morning. Item number 9 is 20 PD 031, a condition or a major amendment to a plan development to allow a cellular communications tower. Property located at 425 Bentley Lane. The applicant is proposing to construct a 100-foot tall cellular tower and fenced equipment pad area measuring 12 feet by 16.5 feet. The applicant has indicated that the cellular tower is needed due to capacity deficiency in the area. So here we have a aerial looking at current or existing development on the property, which is a Healthy Paws pet store. Property is zoned general commercial district and a planned development overlay. And there you can see it's in a commercial corridor in the city along Catron Boulevard and just east of 5th Street. Future land use is mixed use commercial, and that star there is a community activity center around the intersection of Catron and 5th. And as well as being the blue dash line is an entrance corridor. Here we have the major street plan showing principal arterial streets in blue, and then to the north of the property is East Stoomer Road, which is identified as a collector street. Skip ahead to the applicant did provide us with some simulations of what the tower will look like from different locations or in the area. So we can go back to take a look at what that tower will look like. There's the Healthy Paws, and then this would be that tower. And this is probably looking from the south, looking towards the north and east. And then looking from the east side of the property towards the west and the Walmart Supercenter in that area. And then looking from the north, looking to the south. So it does kind of blend in with the existing lighting and overhead towers or poles in the area. Site plan showing they'll be moving some drainage currently located on the lot. That will not be impacting the major drainage easement or conservation easement that's located on the property. And it would be in this area just south of the existing structure on the building or on the property. Here we have the elevation of the tower showing potential co-location in the future. And here we're looking into the site from the north looking south at the potential location or that location of where that tower would be going. Along Bentley Drive looking to the east, and the sign is posted on the property, and you can see there's a more commercial in the area. It is undeveloped to the west, directly to the west, but this is a developing commercial node. And north of the property, we have some fast food restaurants all along East Stoomer Road. So as noted, this is proposed for capacity deficiency in the area. 911 has indicated that this is a needed tower for this area, and staff's recommendation is to approve with the stipulations noted in the project report. The applicant's agent is here to answer any specific questions. Are there any questions for staff at this time?
Any questions for Fletcher? Comments on this item? Vince?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just was questioning why at this time this tower?
As I noted, the applicant has indicated that there's capacity deficiency in the area. So the existing towers in that area are becoming overloaded, and they need it in order to keep up with the development that's happening in this little node.
What is the height of this tower again?
100 feet.
100 feet. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments on this one from the other commissioners? All right. Karen made a motion to approve item number 9 with the stipulations as noted. And Rachel seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10.
Morning, y'all. Item 10 is 20 UR 22, a conditional use permit to approve an oversized garage in a low-density residential neighborhood. Here, so it's on Pine Tree Drive. Oops. And here you can see the existing structure is a 2-story house with a 3-stall attached garage at 824 square feet. The proposed additional detached garage would be 800 square feet. We go kind of in the center of the property there. So that would bring the total garage space to 1,624 feet, which is 124 feet above the current maximum. So here you can see it's low density. Future land use has it as low density as well. Transportation plan, Pine Tree Drive is a sub-collector, so there would be no proposed or anticipated transportation impacts. This is a site plan here. So you can see on the east side of the property is the existing house and attached garage. And there in the center of the property would be where the detached garage would go, set back properly from all lot lines. Here's the floor plan. So there's the, I can try to draw here. So here's the, this is boat garage here, this area. And then here we have a workshop. And this final area up here is patio. And that is not going to be included in the garage area calculations. That's a open patio. There we go. This is an elevation shot of what the proposed garage will look like. And as you can see, kind of on the right side of the photo there is the patio area that is not being included in the garage calculations. These are site photos. As you can see, the notice has been posted on the property. And here you see the existing garage. I'll go back to the previous one. But it seems that the two garages and the house would be in similar character and style based on these photos. And this final shot is of the eastern part of the property where the garage would go, kind of by the play set. You can see there's a pretty steep hill on the property so that the garage would likely be shielded from the adjacent property owner. In addition, the trees, the landscaping is sufficient, we think, to buffer that. And there would be only one approach used for the two garages, so it would probably come through there and then fork off towards the play structure now. So in conclusion, the staff is recommending with stipulations, and the first stipulation would be that an exception is granted to permit the 124 additional square feet of garage space. So if you have any questions for me, I'll take them, and also the applicant is here if you have any questions for him.
Thank you. Any questions for staff on this item? I have more of a general one, just as a refresher. Is the one approach, is that a requirement for these auxiliary or accessory structures, or is that just a desire?
Mr. Chair, if they were to propose a second or a separate approach, it would require securing an approach permit from the right-of-way agent in the Public Works Division.
Gotcha.
And there are some instances where an exception can be granted to allow that second approach, but in most instances, we try to work with the property owner to ensure that they use that existing approach to limit congestion on the street.
That was my recollection, but I haven't done one of these in a little bit, so just,
There are instances where the terrain wouldn't allow for the one access to be sufficient. And if the lot has got enough distance along the street and can meet separation requirements between approach locations, and there's no conflict with other approaches, I have seen them consider that and try to grant that property owner what they need to make their property truly work for them. But in most cases, the one access point can be altered to work, and that's the situation here.
gotcha. Thank you. Karen?
Thank you. My only question is, has there been any comments from the neighbors about whether they approve or disapprove of it?
We haven't had any feedback from neighbors.
Okay, thank you.
All right, other questions or comments on this one? If not, oh, Rachel.
Sorry. So it sounded like you said that the patio area wasn't included in, was it the lot coverage too, or just the calculations of like the size of the garage?
Just for the size of the garage. So it's in the building footprint, but we felt that it didn't count as like garage area.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
thank you. That's all.
All right. If there are no other comments or questions, look for a motion if somebody's ready. All right, Mike Gallagher made the motion to approve item number 10. Is there a second? And Vince seconded that. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, seeing none, the item passes. I think that's the end of the regular agenda today. Vicki, do you have any staff items or discussion items for us?
Happy holidays, be safe, and we'll see you on December 10th, and that will be our last meeting before the end of the year. We only have the one meeting in December.
All right, and happy Thanksgiving to you folks, too. Any planning commissioner items for today? All right, look for a motion to adjourn then. Heard Mike say that, and Rachel seconded it. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned.